Welcome to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. If you guys only knew the amount of stuff that I'm doing behind the scenes just to get this show together. Thank you to everyone that's been sending all kinds of birthday love. I really, really, really do appreciate it. If I have not gotten back to you, just understand I'm getting so many messages and I appreciate that. Look, trust and believe. I really, really, really appreciate it. We have of course, scheduled programming that even with my birthday happening, we are going to celebrate. Okay. We are going to celebrate. We have our Real Housewives of New Jersey live. We also have our town hall. Okay, we will be having a special town hall, birthday town hall, but we have hot topics that we're going to talk about. You know, I could go live and just celebrate my birthday, but what's the point of that? What's the point of that when there's hot topics to discuss? And I know you guys want to call in and weigh in when it comes to these hot topics. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We really do appreciate you all being here. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn these notifications off. I don't know what anyone else have an Apple Watch. Does it feel like your notification situation when you say do not disturb, they don't work? Apple, get it together. Anyways, first world problems, right? Shout out to everyone. Shout out to our old timers. When I say old timers, meaning like day ones, people that have been here for over the pandemic. Can you believe the pandemic is over 2 years old at this point? Yeah. As you can see, we are celebrating, of course, my birthday, but also celebrating the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion part 2 for season 12. Hey, y'all, what's going on? What's going on? We have a lot to talk about, and you will have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts when it comes to the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. Thank you in advance. I know you guys are going to be seeing you already started in the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. Yes, I am celebrating the anniversary of my 21st birthday. Yes, yes. Look, I have no problem with age, y'all, but I think that just sounds more fabulous, right? I'm celebrating the anniversary of my 21st birthday. Don't ask me how long. If you were here for my birthday last year, you already know what this year is. Just saying. Let me take a sip. Shout out to all of you that are here. Let's get into some news, though. Before we get into the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion, we have to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. I did not expect these ratings this week. This is not good. This is not good at all. Okay, let me just pull up our friends over at TV Deets. Oh, this was so depressing. This was so depressing. Okay, let me share my screen. Hold on, y'all. So as you know, this new season of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, there are a lot of changes. Marlo has her peach. They brought Drew back. This is her second season. And now they have a new housewife, Sonia Richards-Ross. Okay. Oh my God. Hold on before we even get it, because it's just so depressing. Why on my birthday? Why couldn't this come out yesterday when it was supposed to? But there were so many delays with getting these ratings for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. As you know, there have been a lot of shifts when it comes to Atlanta. The ratings have been declining over the last couple of years, but they have never been this bad. You know, RHONJ as well, ratings declined tremendously last season for them, and now we're getting a reboot. I don't think we're going to get a complete reboot of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I definitely see changes coming. And I want to understand why we're getting such a dramatic shift. I've never seen ratings like this of Atlanta. According to our friends over at TVD, the last time we saw ratings of this nature was season 1 of Atlanta. And that was with little promo. Where did they go wrong? Okay, you're probably wondering, Kempire, how bad are they? Okay. Shout out to our friends over at TV Deets. Oh my gosh. So the ratings for Atlanta's second episode, this is only the second episode. Last week, it was over 900 and something thousand viewers. And I said, okay, it's not a bad start. It's a new cast. I just didn't expect that this week. The ratings for this week for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Episode 2, the demo went down as well. 0.23 demo, 18 to 49. 736,000 viewers. 736,000 viewers. Damn. I was really truly shocked by this number, to be honest with you guys. I was really, really shocked by it because I just didn't expect for the numbers to be that low. I thought actually they would be a little bit higher. Was it a great episode? No, it wasn't the best episode. I feel like the premiere episode was a lot better. But I wonder now, why are people fully checked out of Atlanta? Is it because of the Nene lawsuit? Is it because people like Nene, Portia Williams, Cynthia Bailey have left? Is that why? Because there are a lot of people that have said, even last season, that they checked out, but they were still getting over 1 million viewers. Oh my God. But I have not lost faith in Atlanta. I have not lost faith in Atlanta. I mean, if Bravo hasn't lost faith in Watch What Happens Live, why are we losing faith in Atlanta? Speaking of which, we have to talk about Kandi and the Gang, their season finale rating. Let's get into what their season finale rating was as well. So Kandi and the Gang season finale rating, which is not bad for them because their ratings have fluctuated, but they still have not been as bad as Watch What Happens Live. Okay. Hold on, let me save these super chats before I lose them. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being here celebrating my birthday with me as well. So Kandi and the Gang's ratings for this week, this is their season finale, 0.13 demo with over 449,000 viewers. That is not bad for them. That is not bad for them. But what a significant drop from what, with Atlanta being the opening for them. I am just really, like, for my birthday, we couldn't have some good ratings. That is a very significant drop for Atlanta. And the episode with Kandi and the Gang on Watch What Happens Live, that had, let's see how much they had. Okay, not bad. That's far better for Watch What Happens Live if you've seen some of those other days. So they had the cast of Kandi and the Gang on Watch What Happens Live on Sunday night, and that pulled in over 305,000 viewers. But if you really could look, don't just base it off of here. If you just take a look through the daily ratings of Watch What Happens Live, this is one of their better ones. I'm sure tonight with the premiere of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I already know Beverly Hills is going to have monster ratings. They are officially going to be the queens of Bravo, the queens of the Real Housewives franchise. But there's also a lot of legal situations going on over there. Okay, there's a burglary that they're going to be addressing. They've added Garcelle and Garcelle's bestie, Cherie. Damn, though. Damn. Why do you guys think that Real Housewives of Atlanta had such a drop in ratings and demo? Ratings and demo. That is so shocking. And New Jersey's still doing very well in their ratings. Let's get into what Jersey is talking about. So, Jersey's ratings for last week. How much was, like, 1.1 million? Hold on, let me just double check because I like to have the numbers in front of me. Hold on. And Katie Rose from the Real Housewives of Potomac, if you don't stop begging Andy Cohen for your job, have some dignity. Yes, I've seen, this is not once, twice, 3 times. Katie Rose, formerly, you remember Katie? This is exactly why you can't be on the show. I'm sorry, y'all. I do want to see your comments. I will get to your comments in just a second. Okay, hold on. Let me just save these. Let me just say thank you first. Bria, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, Kempire. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Libra, thank you so much. This is very, very, thank you. Happy birthday, Kemp. Thank you, Libra. Christina, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, Kempire. I discovered you during a rough time for me with my depression. Your magnetic energy and shade almost boosts my always boosts my spirit. I'm so thankful for you and all you do. Christina, thank you so much. When you guys say that to me, that is one of the most touching things that I can hear. So thank you for that. Oh, okay, let me focus. So Jersey's doing quite well. Part one of their reunion had way over 1 million viewers, beating out their past season episodes from last year. And I won't be surprised that part two of the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion will do just as well, if not better. And I have to say, I was thoroughly entertained. We watched it together on TikTok last night. I was thoroughly entertained, and rewatching it again this morning, I was thoroughly entertained. And I was like, you know what? I can see why they could fill a 3-part reunion. I'm not saying that they necessarily needed a 3-part reunion, but I like how they're filling each reunion. You get what I'm saying? Okay. So this reunion really was, it starts off because, as you know, part one ended with Joe Gorga walking off because his sister called him a bitch girl. Really? And Andy asked her to go speak with him because he walks off, he quits the show. We already know Joe Gorga is not quitting any show. All right? But while Teresa goes backstage, I like the fact, you know what? Everyone's talking, I'll talk about Jackie in a second. But Jackie reaches out to Jennifer while Teresa's away because she says that she feels as if Jennifer's different when Teresa isn't around. And she's just like, I want to get to a better place with you. And I can appreciate that about her. And I actually really do like Jennifer for the show. Jennifer is actually a good housewife. It would be interesting to see Jennifer just really stand on her own instead of being Teresa's lapdog. It's not cute. It's not cute for me. I want to see her stand in her own housewiveness. But look, Margaret hasn't really stepped into her own housewiveness until this season. So maybe next season we can see that from Jennifer. According to our friends over at Bravo Housewives, let me open this up so you guys can see. According to them, all of the housewives will be coming back. All of the housewives except Jackie will be coming back next season. And yes, I see that they're testing out a few different housewives. So Teresa, Melissa, Margaret, Jennifer, and Dolores have been asked back to Real Housewives of New Jersey as full-time housewives. Dolores, you're lucky. I know a lot of people have been saying, there's the news that Jackie was demoted. But the more that I watch this all play out and then them talking about Jackie's health situation, first of all, I kind of wish the ladies gathered around her more. I felt all of them just kind of stood there and just looked very stone-faced. I wish they really would have supported her more. But I actually believe that this was a decision that Jackie and production made to not come back in full-time capacity. When you're not full-time, you don't have to devote so much of your life. And she can devote the time that she needs to her children and her health. Because based off of this reunion, when they talked about her eating disorder and her sharing that, she has gotten to a better place. And when Andy says that, he had to ask her, did you lose weight? She felt good that he had to ask and that it wasn't obvious. She's still struggling with her eating disorder. So I kind of feel as if this quote demotion, and everyone's like, oh, she was demoted. Yeah, she needed to be demoted. She didn't bring it. No, she was the only one that really, besides Teresa, had a storyline, a real authentic storyline that was helpful to anyone else struggling with eating or a disorder. So I kind of feel, and Jackie hasn't confirmed this, Jackie, if you're watching, confirm it. I know you probably really can't confirm what role you're going to play, but I have a feeling that why would they demote Jackie? Why would they demote Jackie right now? It doesn't make logical sense because if she's part of the cast that brought in the ratings, so why demote her? I actually believe that Jackie decided to take this sort of demotion for herself so she could focus on her health. She's still, in the midst of getting her health in order. You know, she's added more people to her team. And when it comes to her health, you know, she says that she's doing better when it comes to not weighing her food and not eating the same thing over and over again. The only people that I felt that were supportive of her when she was talking about this were Margaret and Melissa, because I really believe that those are her real life friends, Hold on, yeah, let me just save these because I want to say thank you. Okay. I think I got them all. Thank you guys for being here. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion for season 12. This is part 2 of the reunion. Based on what we're hearing, according to our friends over at Bravo Housewives, these are the ladies that will be returning in a full-time capacity to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. You know, we already reported that more than likely Jackie Goldschneider will be coming back in a friend of role. And I really believe that that was by choice, and maybe a mutual decision between Jackie and production. And I think that's a smart decision, especially because I don't feel as if the ladies on the show really rallied around her the way that they should have. Because in real life, she's struggling with this. And look, I'm not asking them to be her bestie, but you have someone on your cast that's struggling with something. And I felt like this was a moment for all of them to rally around Jackie. And I don't believe that they did. And immediately as they go, as you're talking about this, you know, her eating disorder, and then they talking about fat shaming, like, and Jennifer's like, oh, well, you know, you fat shamed me when you said this and this. I was like, this is not the time. This is not the time. Let me take a sip. Look, it might be true, and she might be hypocritical, but it really felt like this was an opportunity for all of them. Teresa's just looking like they're like a deer in headlights. Or a duck in headlights. Layla says Jackie is too pure for the show. But that's what we want. We want someone authentic. We want someone that's going to give us something real. And I really don't believe that she was demoted because, you know, they felt like she didn't bring it. Because we saw her bring it this season, you know, in so many different ways, not just about talking about her eating disorder. I really believe that this was a health decision. And we said this during the season. We're like, I don't know if Jackie should be on the show. I don't know if she should be on the show. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Melon and Magic, thank you so much for the super chat. Melon says, happy birthday, Kemp. I noticed last year all the Housewives shows declined in ratings. It was under 1 million for almost all of them, almost them all, and it was sudden. Yeah, but you know what it is? Remember, Atlanta was out last year as well, and those ratings were decent. They still were well over 1 million. So it is quite shocking that it went from almost 1 million last week to the continual drop. Yes, across the board, Housewives have been dropping. Look, we're going to have a town hall later. You guys can weigh in on that. We have to talk about a few different things, including Kevin Samuels, Wendy Williams news. And is Monique Samuels the queen of reality TV? We're going to talk about it. That's why we have to have a town hall. That's why we have to have a town hall. Thank you guys for the super chats. The She Shed, like that name. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says that so David is basically dating one of Lou's friends, Lou's not crazy ex-friends. To think Teresa and Lou are hanging with them and icing out Dolores. Look, we're gonna talk about that part too, because I think that Dolores and Teresa aren't real friends. Not like that. Not like real friends. They're like friends. I grew up with you. I'm friendly with you. I understand you. If we see each other, we're going to hang out. But Teresa in this reunion revealed that she hasn't hung out with David ever as a couple with Louis. And she never hung out with Paulie. She's met Paulie, but she hasn't hung out with him. She could barely say anything about Paulie. She's like, yeah, man, he's nice. Marge was going in like, yeah, because Marge is like, we're best friends. We learned that this season. They're real best friends. They talk all the time. And look, we also understand this as you get older, as I get 1 year older, friends come and go. My friend group is not what my friend group was 20 years ago. I had a whole lot of friends. But as you go through years and as you get older, you learn that you don't need to have a lot of friends. Sometimes having too many friends is a little bit too much drama. Just saying. Miss Brooks, thank you so much for the super chat. Miss Brooks says Kempire Marge was overbearing. Andy asked Teresa a question and Marge interjected and answered. There is something about Marge that is very condescending and elitist. By the way, happiest birthday. Thank you so much. I can see that. Like, Marge is not my favorite. Marge is definitely not one of my favorites. But I appreciated her stepping up this season, because if she didn't step up, this whole Louis situation would not be anything this season. They wouldn't have talked about the season. However, at the top of this reunion, when Andy goes backstage, because you know Andy can't miss a moment to be on camera, Andy goes backstage to mediate this conversation between Teresa and Joe Gorga. And Joe Gorga's like, all right. You always calling me. Why don't you defend me? Why don't you defend me? And Teresa just doesn't get it. Teresa doesn't get it. She swears that she defends her brother, and she does not. I'm not going to go back and forth on how Teresa's not a good sister. And you know what? I love that Joe Gorga said to Louis while he was there. I told you, address it. You know, talk about these rumors. When you don't talk about it, it just leads people to think things. But the thing is, when Louis talked about the rumors, we all were like, it was a combination of both of those sounds. It was a combination of both of those sounds. Hold on, y'all. If I missed your super chat, I apologize, y'all. I'm trying to see everything here. Okay, I think I got everything. Okay, let me just read this super chat. Thank you so much, Miss Brooks, for another super chat. She says, my heart goes out to Jackie. It truly does, but I do find it hard to understand how she drinks so much liquor, but has an issue with eating. Look, I'm not an expert when it comes to eating disorders. So I don't know. It could be the types of drinks that she's drinking, because I know there are some low calorie. You know, I don't drink. So look, come on now. So I don't know anything about eating disorders. So I'm not going to even weigh in on that. Okay. I'm just happy that Jackie's in a better place with her health. Okay. All right. Let me take another sip, because y'all know I didn't eat, right? Guys, I will be dropping the call-in link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts on the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion for season 12, part 2 of that reunion. Let's get to 250 likes. Let's get to 250 likes, and I'll drop the call-in link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts. I've been all over the place because the Jackie stuff came up, and I was like, let me just talk about the Jackie stuff. So at the top of this episode, we have Joe Gorga and Teresa arguing back and forth on how she doesn't support him and how she was emasculating him on television. Andy runs backstage. But I like the fact that Joe Gorga said to Louis, talk about the rumors, address the rumors. I told you to address the rumors. Anyways, okay. Sidebar, Dolores. And this is why I honestly feel that this demotion that Jackie's getting is by choice. Because if Dolores can come back in a full-time capacity, it says to me, why not Jackie? Dolores doesn't have a storyline. She didn't have a storyline this season. It's sort of like womp, womp, womp watching her in this reunion. To be honest, I love Black Dolores. However, let's be honest. I love the family too. I'm not interested in Black Dolores next season talking about Paulie and dating Paulie. Oh, we're going to get... And Andy was literally casting. He was doing a casting situation for next season during this reunion. He was like, would Paulie be interested in, how would he be on camera? And of course, Dolores gives him this is my employer. Oh, he would do anything for me. She's setting herself up. She's setting herself up for next season. But honestly, Dolores, I love Dolores, but I love Dolores and I love Frank Catania and I love her kids. But it's giving friend of. It's giving friend of. What are you going to give us as a full-time housewife? Even Dolores' storyline this season, I was just like, what was her storyline this season? Oh, David won't talk to me. I broke up with David, Dr. David. When the real story is that your friend Teresa is really not your friend and didn't invite you to her engagement party. Those are the real issues. And that's what annoys viewers and why viewers end up checking out. Because the real stories aren't being told. Your friendship with Teresa is not a friendship. But did you guys notice that Dolores threw Teresa under the bus when they talked about David dating Louis' ex? And How, remember, we knew this tea. Look, we knew this tea. I'm sure it wasn't new to you. David's dating Louis' ex, the same ex, not the ex that's throwing him under the bus in the tabloids and things like that. Not the tabloids. Do these tabloids still exist in the stores? I know the National Enquirer is still around, but um, that's not the ex, but this is the woman that Louis was dating 2 months before he met Teresa and allegedly ghosted her. And Dolores sort of threw her under the bus. It was like it was a relationship. They were dating for 2 months, and then he stopped talking to her when he started dating you. I was like, Dolores, this is the Dolores we need. Dolores, I know you're watching, and I know people that know you. I'm going to let them know. Dolores, if you don't bring it this season, the blogs. Thank you, Brianna. She said the blogs. I was like, the tabloids. How old am I? Young. Look, young. Oh my God. Dolores, this is the Dolores we need next season. Let me just tell you, I'm giving you guys helpful advice. Dolores, I'm not telling you to throw Teresa under the bus because you guys have been friends for many years. And when I say friends, I mean friends, not besties. When Andy asked Teresa about that situation, and what Teresa's just like, I have nothing. I have no answer for this. I don't know if he ghosted her. I don't know if he ghosted her for me. She doesn't care. And then later in the episode, when people were saying, well, because Teresa keeps throwing it on Margaret as the one for the rumors. We already dispelled that, Teresa. They dispelled it on the reunion too. People were talking about Louis and his exes for months before you even started filming. Okay? They were in my DMs. Well, not the exes directly. But people were in my DMs giving me tea about Louis. Thank God for Margaret. But even when Margaret was talking about it and bringing it up on the show, I don't feel like she was being shady towards Teresa. Some might feel that she was, and maybe she was, but thank God. We wouldn't have a show this season. But Teresa gets up and she's like, oh, you want to know why Louis is getting all the backlash? It's because he's dating Teresa Giudice. Mirror, 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 whatever. But it's true. I'm not going to deny that from Teresa. The reason why Louis is getting the attention that he's getting is because he's dating Teresa. But Louis would get the same attention if he was dating anyone else on the cast because you're on a television show, a successful television show. So anyone that he was dating, mind you, Paulie, if there's anything in Paulie's closet, it's going to come out next season if he decides to be on the show. Him in that sexy Irish accent. You saw when they FaceTimed with him? Oh, Lord. Dolores, you better work for your position next season. You better work for your position next season. And until then, I'm not going to call you Black Dolores. You're not invited to the cookout. You're not invited to the cookout. Gita, thank you so much for the super chat. Gita says, happy birthday. Hope you enjoy your day or month. Yes, both, right? Marge is very hypocritical and she never sees how she is wrong in a situation. I can agree with this. When they replayed that scene when she was joking about, when she was having the affair with Joe, I was like, that is cringy because there are, I don't want to say kids, but her stepchildren that are going to see this on television. And she says that she still has a strained relationship with one of the stepchildren. Like, I appreciate it for the funny on the show, but if that was my stepmother saying that on television and she broke up our family along with my, other parent, I would have been like, that was so tasteless. But she is hypocritical. But most of our housewives, a good housewife is hypocritical. Look at Teresa. She is a walking definition of hypocrisy. She's the walking definition. RHONJ, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, Kempire. I appreciate all the love, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lene, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday. Continue to bring it. I love Jennifer's quirkiness. Right? I think Jennifer has the potential, but I feel like along with hiding behind Dr. Bill and him hiding, and up under Teresa, we're not able to see the light that Jennifer can bring to the show and the funny that Jennifer Aydin can bring to the show. I think she has a lot of potential. Love her or hate her. And I haven't loved her, but I like what she brings as a housewife. She's funny. She's quirky. She brought out receipts this reunion. Okay, for the love, maybe Monique Samuels is a queen of reality TV, because all we're seeing is people trying to bring their own binder to the situation. Now we had her bring out the text. I have to say, we could have did without that. That whole situation happened during last season's reunion. And her trying to associate herself, her surgery to what Melissa did. I was just like, this is why you're a great housewife. Because the delusion to make this whole situation of you getting cosmetic surgery to feeling attacked by the rest of the group. I was like, the delusion. But I appreciate the delusion. Miss Brooks, thank you so much for the super chat. She's aware of the birthday shipments for the money. You know what? Me too. Hashtag me too. Thank you so much, Miss Brooks, for the super chat. Okay. Hold on. I already missed a super chat. Let me just grab it. Guys, if I miss your super chat, I apologize. Thank you so much, Chris, for the super chat. Chris says, Kempire, you're always trying to demote or fire the housewives I like. I'll take Dolores over Jennifer and Teresa any day. I like Dolores, but Dolores has no storyline. And I have to say, Dolores doesn't have the personality that makes me want to watch her every single week. I like Dolores. I would be friends with Dolores in real life, but I just don't think she's entertaining. Frank Catania is far more entertaining, to be honest. Her daughter is more entertaining. And Frankie Jr. is just sweet. But yeah. Guys, don't forget to like the video if you haven't liked it already. Have we reached our goal? Look, I have all this stuff open. Hold on. Have we reached our goal? Oh, we're almost at our 250 goal. Let's get to 300 likes, though, guys. I'm going to drop the call and link because I do want to hear what you guys have to say about this episode of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Let me just go through my notes because so many things happened in this. They talked about parenthood, motherhood. Rihanna posted at one point that she is resonating with Teresa as a mother. And look, a lot of people could argue that Teresa spoils her daughters, but we've always said, hate or love Teresa, she's a good mom. She's always there for her daughters. She's been there for her daughters through all of the drama that they've gone through, self-inflicted or not, whatever you want to say. But she is, she does try to be there for her kids. You know what I mean? So she is a good mom. I still want to see more of Marge's family situation because she does have a biological son, and I believe that's the only biological child that she has. But I want to see more of that. But I don't think her kids want to be on Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I also think that Jennifer Aydin's a really good mom. I think they're all good parents, to be honest with you. I think they're all good parents. But you know who, for me, your parenting is reflected through your children. The best reflection that I've seen so far is Black Dolores and her kids. Frankie, hardworking, sweet. Her daughter, hardworking, a little crass, but she's a doctor. So if we had to compare, and I don't want to compare the kids, I think all the kids are, they're not in jail. Right? It's Austin says Frankie's hot. Chocolate Chunk says I love Dolores and her kids. Boxer Girl says I question her lack of discipline with her children, though, but she's a good mom. Exactly. I think we all do. But everyone's different when it comes to that. We know plenty of parents very much like Teresa when it comes to discipline. But those are her kids. Like I said, at least they're not in. Just saying. Okay. Let me just say thank you. Healthier you with Mel. Thank you so much for the super chat. She says, happy birthday, Kempire. My birthday is on the 18th. Team Taurus, happy early birthday. Shout out to all my Tauruses. I can't believe how many Tauruses follow me. I love it, though. Thank you so much, King Taurus. Love that you're here. You say, happy birthday, my Taurus brother. Yes, thank you so much. And happy birthday to you. I don't know if your birthday passed already. I think it did, right? Thank you so much, Pamela, for the super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you guys so much for the super chats and things like that. And the Venmos and the Cash Apps. I appreciate you guys. Some of you say that you let me just look, you don't have to, but people are always asking how they can support. But for everything in regards to our texting community, in regards to our podcast, things like that, head on over to thekempire.com. Thank you all. All right. All right, back to this. So we already talked about Jackie and her struggles, but one of the other larger themes this season was Jennifer Aydin's storyline about Dr. Bill cheating. And basically she says she knew, of course she knew that this could possibly come out on the show, but they had agreed that if it did, he said, we'll just deny it. But apparently she decided not to deny it. And she says that Dr. Bill was not, upset with her admitting it on the show. Maybe they just had, I don't know. I don't know if they had that communication or had that conversation. But I like the fact that Jennifer and Margaret were able to argue about that, but get over it. But it seems like as if they're not completely over it. And I'm not mad at Margaret for bringing it up. Because as we saw with Jennifer, she was digging and Googling and schmoogling about Evan and Jackie's situation. For Teresa. Lord. Jennifer's so delusional, though. Again, I'll say that makes a great housewife, though. A great housewife is someone that is hypocritical, someone that's delusional. That is the art of a housewife. You're welcome, Andy. You can just put that in a book. The art of a housewife. What makes a great housewife? A delusional, hypocritical one? All right. Let me just see. You notice a lot of the times and we saw this in part 1 and we saw this again in part 2. Teresa was very crass and aggressive towards Margaret. Okay, I get it. She feels like she needs to lean in when it comes to this battle. But every time the rumors came up, she associated it with Margaret is the one who brought it to the show. I thought she was my friend, but she brought it to the show. Sidebar. Melissa. Sidebar. You know how Andy ran backstage? A sidebar to the sidebar. You saw how Andy ran backstage to get a little camera time? You saw how Melissa ran backstage to get a little camera time? I thought Melissa would have got up as soon as her husband stormed off the stage and said he was quitting the show. Wouldn't you have, if your husband got up and stormed off the stage, wouldn't you be like, let me go check on my husband? Can we take a break? No, she waits because when Andy goes back, she's like, let me go back. But Melissa, you have the potential to be a great housewife too. But I think you just have to step away from supporting Teresa. Because there's moments about Melissa that I'm like, I like Melissa. I like Melissa. Did she have a storyline this season? No. But I think she felt because she's feeling the obligation to supporting Teresa on the show, she's become boring. But when she went backstage and she was just like, enough of this. I was like, come on, yes. And you saw how Teresa was just sort of like, Teresa backed down. Teresa backed down when it comes to Melissa. Melissa is an Aries. She's a fire sign. She is a boss. And yes, we are Tauruses and we are bulls. Look, we are bulls. I'm seeing red. So that is a matchup. Maybe that's what we're going to see for next season. And look, just because it's family doesn't mean that you have to be best friends. And we already know they're not. They already confirmed that last week. Look, all right. I know you guys have a lot of opinions. You guys have been liking the video, and I appreciate you supporting the video. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. I want to know how you would rate this episode from 1 to 10. What you thought of the battles between Jennifer and Marge, or the battles between Teresa and her brother, or the battle between Teresa and Marge, or about Teresa not really having words to explain why Louis ghosted the woman he was dating right before her. Maybe you've been in that situation before. Have you ever been in a situation where you're dating someone? Maybe you're not exclusive. You're dating someone, but you meet someone else and you actually like that someone else. Do you ghost them, or do you be mature because you're 30-something, 40-something years old, and you say to that person, this is not working out for me. I've actually met someone else, and I want to go in that direction. I mean, he's supposedly so emotionally mature. Andy compared him to Oprah. Whatever, Andy. Okay. I joke, Andy. I joke, I kid. All right. Let me drop the call-in link for you guys. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video and be sure to check out some of the things that we talked about already today. I posted a video earlier this morning talking about Wendy Williams. And according to multiple sources, Wendy Williams is not going to return because, first of all, these sources are saying that she is not insurable and that logistically it doesn't make sense that she could return to her daytime talk show. And that's what she said in her Fat Joe interview, is that, no, I'm not returning into something new. I'm returning to my daytime talk show. So be sure to check that out. And we will be live later today for our birthday town hall, but it really is just a town hall. It is a town hall. It just happens to be my birthday. And we're going to talk about the Kevin Samuels backlash, even after his death. And we're going to talk about Wendy Williams and that whole situation. And is, you know, what Sherry Shepherd said, was that too much? Or was that not enough? And is Monique Samuels the queen of reality TV? We have to have a town hall about it, and we're going to talk about it. All right, I forgot to pin the thing. Let me pin this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, we already got a few people backstage. Let me just pin this because, you know, I'm just not just the host, but also the producer. Okay. Guys, we're live on multiple platforms. We're live on TikTok. TikTok, I appreciate you all being here for the conversation. Keep tapping your screens. We're live on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, but we're also live on Twitch and Twitter. Hey, Twitter. Hey, Twitch. And we're live on Facebook. If you're not following me on Facebook, you should. We're live there on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast Kempire Radio. And if you want to support the channel, get something for yourself. Get a coldest water bottle, but they don't just have water bottles. They have coffee mugs. They have bowls for your pets. They have what do you call those? Beds for your pets. Head on over to coldest.com and don't forget to use the discount code KEMP10. That is KEMP10. Let me just post that up here. All right. All right. Backstage is full. Let me just remove this. Okay. Let me put everyone's name up. And there we go. All right. That one girl Johnson, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, that one girl Johnson?
Hello. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I was not expected to be first. You caught me off guard, honey.
Well, I do it in the order that you guys call in.
Even though I felt like this season was slow, dry, and tired, this reunion has got me together. I felt really bad for Joe. I felt really bad because Teresa and the bullcrap that she was saying to him was ridiculous. And then I really want her to come back as friend of, because once she got back there with Louis, you can kind of tell that the conversations between her and Louis privately, she's just repeating this stuff, and that's where the calling her brother the B-boy and stuff like that kind of came from. That's what it looked like to me. I would like to see Jennifer, I 100% agree with you. I would like to see Jennifer kind of step into the role of the new family on New Jersey, and we get to follow her kids around because they're young enough, so we can watch them grow up. We can get Dr. Bo coming out of his show. I think she's quirky. I think she's beautiful. I think she's smart. I think she can carry a show, or at least a special, kind of like Portia, but, you know, without the lies. Yeah, I really, I would really, really like to see that kind of happen. African American Dolores really had nothing to say. I would really like for her to go, and I'm really upset that they're not bringing back Jackie. I think that was a really bad call. They could have kept Jackie and got rid of African American Dolores. Other than that, I give the show, or the reunion, this part of it, I give it about a 9.5. I think it was excellent last night.
Wow, that's a big rating. All right, that one girl Johnson, I appreciate you calling in.
Okay, happy birthday. Have a great day.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. She said that they could become the new family of New Jersey. Well, I mean, I think they have the potential. The only thing is Dr. Bill has to step out of his shell a little bit, just a little bit more. Even though he does. When he gets drunk, where's my Dr. Bill? Hold on. When Dr. Bill gets drunk, where is his damn it, they still haven't brought Tracy out with Tiki yet. Damn. Come on, Dr. Bill. When we get these moments from Dr. Bill, these moments are hilarious. Okay? All right, let me get to the callers. All right, Kriya, I'm gonna bring you up. What's going on, Kriya?
Hi, Kempire. Happy
How are
birthday.
you? Thank you.
I wanted to give the show like a good 9 last night. I liked it.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that reunion. And I think Joe was just trying to have a moment. He's not going nowhere. They love the Housewives, and he loves being a housewife. Ooh. So he was just trying to have his moment. He's not going anywhere. And I do love Jennifer. I'm glad Jackie's gone. I can't stand her at all.
Damn.
And so,
damn.
I mean, I don't like her at all. I don't like her at all. And Teresa, I love Teresa, and I hope she doesn't go anywhere. And I want Marge to become a friend of the show to calm her down just a little bit, because she's so annoying to me. Because she is trying to steal Teresa's spot, and it's obvious.
Oh, okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Chris, for calling in.
You're welcome.
Bye. Oh, you know what I love, though? I love when people of different opinions call in. I love it. So if you're new here, don't think that you can't call in and say, no, I think Tari is right. I think Margaret's doing too much. We like that here, because maybe we're wrong. Maybe you can convince me that Teresa's not doing too much. Just saying. Her man. Defend her man. Very loyal Tauruses. They're both Tauruses. I already know this is not going to work out. I've dated a Taurus before. It's not going to work. And it's not because we're not great. All right. In my opinions, backstage, I'm going to bring her up. What's going on in my opinion?
Happy birthday, Kempire.
Thank you.
Let me tell you, I agree with the last caller. I'm telling you that Marge, baby, she is a double standard all the way through. Oh. And they can get rid of her. Okay? Because I sat there and I just was listening to her. Everything that she was saying, it was so hypocritical. Even when Teresa was like, I wasn't fat shaming you about my pants. I was telling you that they form fitting. And that is a thing with the tights, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want form fitting so your butt looks a little bigger and a little better, perk it up a little bit. Mm. But the thing about it is, she don't care anyway. She wasn't going to hear it anyway. All she had was somebody that was going to vouch for her, and she was going to run with it. They can get rid of Marge. I'm so tired of her, okay? Because even with the rumors, we all saw it. When she first started bringing it up, Teresa said, look, I don't want nobody popping my love bubble. Whether you like her love bubble or not, it's her love bubble. If she say, respect me as a friend, I don't want to talk about it, and you supposed to be her friend, then if my friend say something that's bothering me, then respectfully, I have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't cross boundaries if you're really trying to be a friend. The problem with this show is nobody's friend on this show. They're all out for self.
Oh. Well, do you think, though, because Marge's defense of that is saying that, well, if he doesn't address it, it gets more legs. And she's saying, bring it up and address it on the show. That way you can.
Yeah, but Kempire, that's fine. You know what? People going to talk anyway. They talked about Jesus Christ. It didn't make him no better of being a God. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to respect people's wishes. Like, if I say, hey, Kempire, me and you friends, and I tell you something, and I say, look, I don't want nobody else to know. You may feel strongly that, hey, you should talk about it. I may feel like, no, I don't want to talk about it. But as my friend, I would expect you to say, okay, respectfully, even though I don't agree with you, I'm going to respect you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the respect value that's put there. And
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you heard what Andy said. Even if Margaret didn't bring it up in the show,
Andy would have had to bring it up. Yes, but that's different. She can't say no to Andy. You see what I'm saying? But respectfully, with my friend or somebody that's supposed to be trying to be my friend, I would want them to respect my wishes. Even if she didn't do nothing but pull Teresa to the side separately and say, look, this is where I'm coming from. But she never did that. You know what I'm saying? She just kept talking behind her back. She just kept saying it on camera. And every time he was around, she would, initiate something about it. It became too much. I think that's the part that made Teresa mad. It was like every time they got together, she was saying something. And not to say that these rumors not gonna come out anyway. It was already out before the season started. But I'm just saying, for somebody to do it every time you're around them, that's got to be annoying.
Okay.
It's got to feel hurtful that, hey, you're trying to build a friendship with me, but then every time we're around and we're filming, you're bringing this up. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you, Marge. In my opinion. Thank you so much for calling and have a great rest of your day.
Have a happy birthday.
Thank you. Bye. All right, we have quite the line backstage. So let me get through these callers. Hold on. Carrie, I'm gonna bring you up. What's going on, Carrie?
Hi, Kempire. Happy birthday. It's
you.
Kari.
Carrie.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible, but I had just some little thoughts. So 1st off, with the whole Marge thing, I get you keep saying that like somebody had to bring it up. She should have had Jackie bring it up. She should have gave Jackie a job this season. All right. She should have. That way, Jackie would have had a job next season instead of her consistently bringing it up, talking about she's Teresa's friend. That is the issue. It's the fact that she keeps painting it under the umbrella of I'm your friend instead of somebody had to talk about it this season and I wanted to be the one with the storyline. That is all that it is. Yes, somebody had to speak about it this season. Somebody had to bring it up. But it should not have been Melissa. It should not have been Jennifer. It should not have been Dolores. And it should not have been Marge if Marge is going to call herself Teresa's friend. It should have been Jackie. Okay? And then when we go on to this Jennifer thing and Marge keeps saying everyone knew about the affair. I didn't know about the affair. Most of the viewers did not know about the affair. People in Jennifer's life knowing about the affair is a lot different than the growing public. And while you can say that somebody needed to bring it up because it spiced the season up, at the end of the day, those people have kids. All right. I'm not into bringing anything up that is going to harm somebody's kids or their opinions of them. Now, if their parents want to get on the show and act a fool themselves, that's another thing. But for you to bring it up, not considering their full family function, it's just a problem. And that's my problem with Marge is that she sits on the couch.
Can we say this the same though in reverse to Jennifer and how she handled Jackie's situation?
No, because not like Jennifer said last episode, who is the one that brought it up on camera that Jennifer was doing the digging? Who is the one that started talking about it on camera that Jennifer was making calls? So Jennifer making calls off camera, she didn't find anything. Now, had Jennifer found something and then brought it on camera, yes, I would feel the same exact way. But she did not find anything. And her and Teresa didn't film a scene going, oh yeah, I was talking to Frank about this, and Frank was telling my husband that he did know who the girls was. So I wanted to ask him for a picture. She didn't do that. That was them that brought it on camera. So that's their fault if we're to be honest about it. That's y'all wanted a storyline.
But who brought it last season?
Huh?
Who brought that storyline last season?
It was
Teresa.
No, it was Marge and
No, Teresa's the one who brought up the Jackie stuff on last season.
About the digging. I'm talking about Jennifer doing the digging. We didn't know Jennifer was doing any digging until they started talking about it on camera. So y'all brought that she was doing the digging on camera. Y'all brought that she was, and the girl does exist. Like, the girl does exist. Let's be clear. In the Facebook groups, I'm going to have to go digging. But they were talking about it in the Facebook groups before, like, any of this happened on the season. So I do believe that the girl exists. Frank Cantina was the one that was talking about that he knows who the girl is. And this all happened off camera because they were talking about it on the Bravo YouTube show about how all of this stuff was happening off camera. And then y'all brought it on camera that they were doing all this digging when y'all could have dropped it. When Teresa apologized and y'all left it at that, y'all could have dropped it and we wouldn't keep talking about how Evan is cheating on Jackie. But every episode, when I'm on Twitter, people is hashtagging Evan cheats. Every time I'm on Twitter, people are hashtagging Evan cheats. And it's because y'all are still talking about this. Now, I'm not saying that Jennifer is innocent, but Jennifer is my girl, so I'm going to ride with her right now.
Of course, you sound like it.
Jennifer is... But when it comes to Marge sitting on the couch, her and Teresa are the same because they're constantly making excuses for the things that they do. Instead of saying, you know what, that was wrong what I said about Bill's, or whatever her husband's name is. I don't like that man, so I forgot his name. I am wrong about saying that my husband had to go wash wash me off of him, because that does affect a lot of people. I hurt my ex-husband, he hurt his ex-wife. I shouldn't have said that. But instead you're saying, oh, the joke didn't land right. Well, none of your jokes land right? Because when you were making a joke about Teresa and the 21-year-old or something, that was a joke, right? It wasn't a dig because you were mad at her. It was a joke. None of your jokes ever land right, but you can't understand when someone else's joke don't land right. That's why I don't like Marge, because she gives me Karen. She gives me, I'm going to do things, but I'm never going to admit that I did something wrong. And that's my issue with her. That was my issue with Teresa as well, is that Teresa never admitted what she did wrong. But then I started to see like first off, I'm going too long, so this is gonna be my last.
We have a long line.
Melissa staying on that stage while her husband and Teresa in the back was arguing was purposeful, because how is she going to stay on the show if Teresa and her brother don't continue to argue? That's what it was about. Melissa, most of their storylines, it's off of their family drama. And most of the family drama stems from Joe and Teresa. You can say Teresa is a bad sister, but first off, Teresa ain't never mentioned the fact that Joe sold their parents' house from underneath them. And she could do that. She could bring up the fact, like when what's her face? Gia walked away and was like, see, I'm not going to do this. It was because it's like, you keep bringing that up, but you're not bringing up that you sold their house for $1. And and also this is my last thing.
It's gonna have to be a lot because you're about to get cut.
D'Lo wasn't invited to the party because Dina threw it. That's why she wasn't invited. Dina threw Teresa's engagement party. That's why she wasn't. So there.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Everyone else on backstage, be respectful of other people waiting, and don't just say, "Oh, it's gonna be my last thought." Be respectful. Or I'm just gonna start cutting people. I don't like to cut people off, especially on my birthday, but I will. We want to hear your opinions, but come on now. Let's be respectful of everyone's time. Let me just say thank you. We got a couple of super chats. Carly, thank you so much for the super chat. Happy birthday, Kempire. I appreciate you. Miss E, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, happy birthday, Kempire. Thank you for sharing your day with us. Thank you for saying that. All right. Frederick says clip. All right, Megan, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Megan?
Yes. Quick. Quickly, I want to just jump back to, first of all, happy birthday. Sorry. I want to jump back to the Atlanta stuff. Mm-hmm. I feel like the ratings for the first episode, it was decent. But if we're all being honest, that episode was giving mid-season episode, like one of those filler episodes before they go on hiatus and then come back and then they go for their trip. Like at the end of the day, it was good, but our expectations were low. So it was good, but the storylines didn't pack enough of a punch to come back for the next season to watch it live. I think even I was thinking I could just catch this at 10, I could catch this at 11. I don't have to tune in live to watch this. And I feel like that's the reason, or one of the reasons ratings are so low. It just didn't, most of the storylines were hangovers from last season, unfortunately. So to jump back to New Jersey, unpopular opinion, I also like Melissa. I do. I don't know why. I don't think there's anything wrong with a girl that just sits pretty and minds her business. I really don't. I feel, and honestly, I think that this reunion too, I think that she realized finally that it doesn't matter what she does. She is in a lose-lose loop situation with Teresa forever. I think from the last reunion, everybody was like, why does she care? Why does she care about being a bridesmaid? It's it's not about being a bridesmaid. I think it's her realizing it doesn't matter how loyal I am, how many stupid pairs of yoga pants I wear of Teresa's. It does not matter what I don't do or don't say. I will always be the last rung on the ladder for her. It does not matter. I think that's what she was finally realizing, what we've all realized. So listen, maybe she should just throw caution to the wind and just be whatever at this point, because I don't think anything matters. I really don't. And I agree. I think it was the second caller, with Jen having the potential to be that girl, because I think she does. Mm-hmm. But I feel like she needs to stand on her own 2 feet, and I don't think she's there yet. I still think she cares a lot about what the ladies have to say about her. And she, like, we literally saw her switch up when Teresa was gone. Like, that proves to me that you really don't have, like, a leg to stand on your own. You still care way too much about what they think about you, and kind of like following the ass, I don't know, excuse my French, of somebody else. So like, but I do feel like she has the potential to be like that girl, but I feel like she just needs to like take things on the chin more and start showing up in the season, not just the reunion. It has to be both. You have to show up on both time. And the last thing I will say is I loved when they were backstage and Teresa said to Margaret's husband, like, you effer, and he just
took it.
He just stood there and didn't say a word. I don't know why I fell out, and I thought that was the funniest thing, because he literally, like, what do you even say? He didn't say a word, and I just thought that was hilarious. And that's all I'll say. Happy birthday again.
Thank you, Megan. Have a great rest of your day. I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe he was just trying to be respectful and not fight with a woman. I don't know. I'm like, what do you say in that instance when she's attacking you? I mean, if it was Joe Gorga, he would have had a response. But Joe sort of, he sort of falls back. Margaret's husband falls back. He's not, trying to fight with the ladies like that. He's just happy to be there, right? Lit Real Red says, thank you so much. Late, happy birthday from another Taurus. Happy birthday to you. Thank you so much, Kana, for the super chat. Kana says, happy birthday, Kempire. I know Teresa's a mess, but Marge, Jackie, and Melissa annoy me so much. I can't side with them. Maybe if they had more going on, they can help make it not the Teresa show. Until then, go away. I understand where everyone's coming, because I really don't have a favorite on this show right now. Because I'm not team Teresa, definitely not. And I'm not team Margaret, because I can see where you guys are coming from when it comes to Margaret. But I also think that Teresa is becoming unbearable in everything. Maybe Teresa's just not able to defend herself properly. Maybe the way that you guys are defending her, she needs to take notes for next season. Because when she defends herself, we're like, that doesn't make sense what you're saying. She's not the greatest with words. Anyways, let me bring up Miss Bernice is backstage. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Happy birthday, old man. How you doing?
Not old man.
This show, for her to call her brother a B-boy in front of everybody was totally disrespectful. And for you to not recognize that he's out there because he's your family, he's supporting you in all of your bull, but he's supporting you. So, and Jennifer and Gomez, I can't deal with them two.
Not Gomez.
Because Jennifer, she made her storyline by saying, when she went back on the word, saying that she wasn't going to bring it to the show, but without that storyline, you wouldn't have one. So she wasn't being delusional. She was being smart.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right, Miss Bernice, I'm gonna let you go because I want to get to everyone else that are on a lunch break and they're trying to get through.
Yeah, she made her own storyline. So, but I liked it when Jackie told her, she said, when you're not around Teresa, you're a totally different person.
Yeah.
I would like to be friends with that person. But this person right here, I can't handle that.
Yeah. We'll see. Maybe next season we'll get a different Jennifer. Maybe she's watching.
Yeah. If she can realize that you have value without Teresa, then we would get the real Jennifer. Until then, we're gonna get the puppet master Jennifer.
Yeah. All right, Miss Bernice, we appreciate you calling in.
No problem, kiddo. Enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Thank you.
Bottles up, bottles up.
Not bottles up. Goodbye, Miss Bernice.
Bye.
All right. We have quite a few people backstage, guys, and we'd like to get to everyone. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion, part 2. Part 3 will be next week, and then we're done with Jersey until the new season. And word on the street, everyone besides Jackie will be coming back in full capacity. Tracy, word on the street, she's not going to be coming back. That means we're not going to get Tiki anymore either. That's probably best for their marriage anyway. All right, Miss Brooks, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Miss Brooks?
Hey, Kempire, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Doing pretty good. So I have to agree with you. I don't really have a favorite on this show either. They're all a collective mess that I just enjoy watching on the TV screen. But to keep it short and sweet about last night's episode, Marge to me was a little bit overbearing. She was trying too hard to interject and prove that Teresa was the person that we already know her to be. We know Teresa is delusional and we know Teresa is a hypocrite. But Marge, how about you also own those things as well? You're also delusional and a hypocrite. And I think she's a little bit condescending when it comes to Teresa, because Teresa can't put her words quite together like Marge and the other ladies can. Other than that, you know, it's a collective mess that I love to watch. They're very entertaining together. I am happy that Jackie is not coming back, not for the reasons of her not having a storyline, but for her to truly have time with her family and spend time getting herself in the mental, emotional, and physical space that she needs to be in to be the best version of herself for her family. So, you know, that is the only reason why I am applauding her stepping away. I don't care if it was by choice or by force. I think it's a great opportunity for her to look back at these past seasons and kind of see where, you know, some of her troubles were and kind of reflect on that and use the team that she has built up to really just better herself. Because my heart truly goes out to her, because she just always seems to be very uncomfortable. And sometimes Kempire, she comes across as very like heartbroken too. So, you know,
heartbroken. How so? Like over her relationship?
Not over her relationship, but just over her own self-image. That she can't really appreciate the person that she is and her and really have that confidence that all of the other ladies have. Yes, she's a very accomplished woman, but I don't see her stepping into that. I don't see her really, you know, living in those moments, all those moments that she has. I mean, she's an attorney, for God's sake, but she, you know, she just constantly is always in her own way, in her own mind. So I just hope she gets the help that she needs and that she so deserves. Happy birthday, Kempire. Bye.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brooks, and thank you for your perspective. And speaking of her perspectives, Kari, no. She says, I'm sorry, y'all. I won't call in no more. No. Look, we appreciate everyone having a difference of opinion. You had some valid points. Do I agree with everything that you said? No, of course not. But that's life. Don't feel like you can't call in and share your point of view. But here's the thing. If you're going to call in, people are going to share their point of view on what you said. Okay? So you have to understand that. Sometimes you just have to turn the comments off and not look. You said what you said, and then you walk away. Thank you so much for the super chat, Kari. And yes, you better call back in. We have one more episode to talk about. Foxy, thank you so much for the super chat. Foxy says, what about Andy saying Joe and Dr. Dave are lovers? Shady Boots. We didn't talk about... Frank Catania moved out of the house and he's moved in with Dr. Dave. According to Dolores, Dr. Dave started to get a little bit more comfortable with the cameras. Do you guys want to see Dr. Dave? I mean, he's not going to really come back. He barely filmed when he was with Dolores. But if Frank is living at Dr. Dave's house, more than likely we're going to see Dr. Dave. I like Frank on the show. More so than Dolores, to be honest. And Andy making the joke about them being lovers. I was like, whatever. In his wet dream. All right. Hold on, y'all. Okay, did I get everything? Oh, wait, hold on. Thank you so much, Marie, for the super sticker. We appreciate you supporting the channel. Thank you all for supporting any way that you can. You don't have to send super chats. You don't have to send anything. We appreciate you watching and supporting the channel, subscribing to the channel. I forgot to mention that overnight we went over 121,000 subscribers. You know, it was just a couple of months ago, almost a couple of months ago, we were celebrating 100,000 subscribers here on the channel. Don't forget, we don't just talk about reality TV here on the channel. We talk about everything in pop culture. So if this is something that you enjoy, subscribe and hit your notification bell so you don't miss out on anything, and join our texting community. That way you can drop me tea, and that's where I drop tea and let you know when we're going live, where we're going live. Join our texting community today. Don't forget, data and message rates may apply. All right, we have a long line, so I want to get to everyone very quickly. Everyone that's backstage, quick, and let's get through it. And remember, there's someone after you. All right, Florence, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Florence?
Hey, happy birthday, Kempire. So I'll keep it to the point. You remember when Andy asks, is cheating a deal breaker? Yeah. And you see in the corner, Teresa raising her hand. And I was like, wait a minute. So we're going to pretend Juicy Joe wasn't out there in them streets calling you a CUNT wife?
And allegedly you caught him with a woman on a table, on a desk?
Yes. So here she goes covering for Juicy Joe. And that's why she needs to come back on the show, because Louis is going to do her wrong and she's going to cover for him too. And my last point is we need a cast shakeup. We need some new blood. I'm tired of the Joe, Melissa, and Teresa fighting. Come on, let's get something new. But
well, I see word on the street that they're testing out some ladies that are friends of Teresa and things like that.
So that means they're going to be fans of Teresa on the show to support her foolery. No, sir. I need some women with some who got some ish and can stand up Teresa, not no fans. But that's it.
Honestly, I want them to have women that could eventually replace the cast that we have that can grow on the show.
Yes, but as long as people keep tuning in for the show, you know they're not. It's working, and we're watching. So
not for long. Look at RHOA.
Yeah. And it's going to head that way if they don't get some new blood in there. So, but anyways, happy birthday, sir. Enjoy your day.
Thank you so much, Florence. Have a great day. All right, Gabriella, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Gabriella? Bonjour.
Bonjour. Joyeux anniversaire for you, Kempire. And I will say, everybody, I love all the Kempies here. And I say one thing, I will miss Tiki. Just that. I will miss Tiki. Tiki, we miss you. We love you. And I say thank you for the J.C. Williams heart. I will say that. And I say one thing. Yesterday, we have a live with Femtaro and Kempire, and we create a new word. It's calling Fempire.
Mm-hmm. Don't put it on a t-shirt.
Kempire and Femtaro, we need a t-shirt, I will tell you. And I do in the Discord, I make a post with photo of Paris for everybody if you want to see in the Discord chat, in the Kempire Discord chat if you want to see.
Oh, I'm going to check my own Discord.
Yes, the Discord, you know what, Kempire, one thing, please make the Discord very living, because you can to have so much people in the Discord, so much like in the text chat, because Discord, you can have all people for all your community of the world. And I say one thing, Teresa, I found the leggings, the yoga pants. I found them, and I would say one thing, Teresa, I don't think she had friends, because she had Louis. She had Louis in her life. She doesn't have friends. I don't think she had friends. Okay. And just that. And good day for everybody.
Thank you so much, Gabriella.
Good night and joyeux anniversaire.
Bye. All right. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. I caught this comment. Angie says, I love you, Kempire. And y'all, he's really trying to emphasize, but y'all gonna make him do like they do at funerals. You have 2 minutes or however long he says, and bloop, speed it up a little bit. And look, mind you, for those channels that do take callers, they don't take all the callers, because I'm trying to get to everyone. So everyone that's on the line, be mindful that there's someone else waiting behind you that might be on a lunch break. This is my job, but this is not everybody's job. All right, The Don, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, The Don?
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
So I wrote my stuff down so I could be concise.
All right.
Teresa can put her words together, because she did on the girls' trip, and she was very likable. Yeah. And Marge, she can own her stuff, but what they can't take is that when they throw her stuff back at her, she turns around and throws something back at them. And that's what they can't take about her. Dolores' eyes are opening up. and she's finally calling Jen out. And next season, she's going to call Teresa out as well.
She better.
Jennifer is the biggest troll on the show. And what she needs to do is focus on those kids and teach them how to clean up after themselves instead of her being a slave in that house. Melissa needs to unload on Teresa and Gia next season.
No.
Because Gia, Gia thinks she's an adult, so Melissa needs to unload on both of them. And Jackie I'm glad she's stepping back because she needs to get healthy, and we need to see her, come back strong.
Definitely. I agree with that. The Don, thank you so much for calling in.
No problem, bro.
Bye. Not unload on Gia. I mean, if Gia comes for her, then baby. Oh my gosh. You never know what some people are going to say. Replay crew, I want to know your thoughts on what the callers are saying. I want to know your thoughts on the reunion of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I'm going to take some more callers. Mel, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Mel?
Hey, Kempire, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm sorry I called in a little late. Usually I'm the first person.
I know. I was like, Mel's backstage. All right.
I know. Listen. But anyway, yeah, happy birthday. And I mean, I just think it's wonderful this past year, how your channel's grown, and, just a cool guy. Again, very nice person.
Thank you.
So when it comes to the Housewives of New Jersey, I want to say, first off, it's like a celebration to them too, because in this era where all these shows are struggling to stay relevant and to stay in the numbers, I still am shocked, and maybe I'm shocked that their numbers are so good. It's like 1 million plus with the shows, 1 million plus with the reunion.
Beating out last season.
Right. And I think the girls of New York City could take notes from them, truly. Like, they can tell you how you can have some of the veterans there, mix up with new people, and not have the show go down the way New York show went down. I love Jen. And I like when she's humble, but I also like when she just stands in her truth. Like, she doesn't back down. She's messy, and I like her. I like her a lot. And Teresa, for me, and a little shady, Teresa's at her best when she is fumbling on her words. I laugh so hard. I do.
Or when she has no words at all.
But listen, the light fell out. They had to give about 2 hours for her to figure out, well, when did I really protect Melissa? I'm like, that was hysterical. Marge, to me, she went from being a person who wanted to be friends with Teresa to seeing how Teresa was never going to let that happen. I think that if Teresa would have kept on, attacking her or doing things behind her back or having people, do the things they did to her, as long as they were friends, she would have been cool with it. But because Teresa can't hide that she doesn't like her, she's like, okay, I'm going to talk about her husband, but she's going to talk about everything. And I think that's what's happening there. I think that Marge want to be friends with Teresa, and Teresa just don't want to be friends with her. So now she's going in on her, pretty much. But yeah, happy birthday, and just stay safe, because we know that struggle here. We both talk about the New York City. Mm-hmm. So you stay safe, have a good time, and just much blessings. That's it.
Thank you so much, Mel. Have a great day.
You too.
Oh, look, I'm gonna stay safe because I'm gonna be in my house. Look, I hear the COVID numbers are going back up, so I'm like, let me stay where I am. But thank you to everyone that were in my look, guys. We have conversations in our community tab. Members, shout out to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We have conversations on the members separate page too. So if you haven't subscribed, or if you haven't checked out the community page on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, be sure to check it out. Shout out to all of you that were giving me spot ideas, because as a tourist, I like to luxuriate. I like to treat myself. So I am going through all the suggestions that you guys gave me. I will be treating myself to a spot. Not today, of course. I'm in the middle of the week. I have work to do. I'll be live again at 5 p.m. Eastern for our birthday town hall. But I'm going to definitely check out all of your suggestions, and I'm going to treat myself. Okay. All right. I have a couple of super chats, and thank you guys so much for the super chats and the super chat love and the birthday love. Miss Brooks, thank you for another super chat. You're very, very, very generous. Miss Brooks says, what was very telling is when Jennifer said Marge knew all of the secrets and Melissa adjusted her tone and sentence. It almost confirmed that they're tiptoeing around Marge. Well, you remember that scene from this past season where Black Dolores and Jackie were saying you don't want to go against Marge, and I was like, really? What? When did that happen? So apparently Marge might be a force behind the scenes. Okay. Miss Brooks, thank you so much for another super chat. She said Jennifer is playing the long game. She has Teresa as a friend and can stand toe to toe with the other ladies. She's positioning herself to possibly carry the franchise. Just a thought. Wow. Let's see. Melinda, thank you so much for the super chat. Melinda says, I ordered some of Teresa's workout clothing today, and they are very affordable and lots of options. I'll let y'all know how they feel when I get them. Thank you for that. I was wondering, because when we were talking about it a little bit earlier, I was like, I wonder if they're any good. You know, she's talking about it a lot. And that's the one thing about Teresa. She stays making money. She stays making money. You know, she got her husband, you know, she paid that restitution. He didn't pay for that. She grinded and she paid that off. Okay. That's probably why he allowed her to keep the house in their divorce. Because she's like, you paid off everything. You just take everything else. TP, thank you so much for the super chat. TP says, let's be honest. Melissa is hurt that she isn't going to be a bridesmaid in Teresa's wedding because she wants the camera time. I mean, if it's filmed. I mean, it might be that. Look, I pointed out a couple of times this season to Melissa running for the camera, including this last reunion. But I feel like Melissa, girl, you have to find your voice. You are an Aries. You are a natural boss. You're not giving us your Ariesness. That's why when people say you're Aries, we're like, really? Step into your power, Aries. Okay, you're welcome. All right, let's get to these last couple of callers. Aisha, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Aisha?
Hey, happy birthday. So first off, I just wanted to say, I think people are siding with Melissa because she benefits from very pretty privilege based on society standards. And that's why she has so many people who stand with her, because she's just irrelevant.
Who's standing with her?
I mean, people who just want her back on the show. She hasn't had a storyline since like season 1.
Yeah.
And she should have gone when the rest of the, cousins went, right? And to that point, I also wanted to bring up that, if they are interviewing Teresa fans or friends, no one who's come on the show so far that started off as a friend or a family member ever sided with Teresa. So I would be really interested to see what kind of friends they bring on and if they actually do support her, right? And that's all. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Aisha. Have a great rest of your day. All right. Kay, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Kay? There we go. Hey.
This is my first time calling in.
Thank you.
I love you, and I listen to you all the time. So,
thank
you. So really quick, I just wanted to say that I love Marge, and I know she is sometimes problematic, but she does give us a good show. And she puts, like she said, she puts all her business out there, so no one can really, try to throw it in her face. And I mean, you can only really respect that, right? With Melissa not being a bridesmaid, I can understand why she would be hurt. I mean, her running down the list of what she did while Teresa was, quote unquote, away, I didn't really see anything wrong with that. She was just kind of reminding her, like, I've been in the family, like, I've been around. I play a part in your kids' lives. And it's not even so much that she's not a bridesmaid, but the fact that she's not a bridesmaid and Louis' sisters are.
Exactly. It's that part. She said if it was just her daughters, she wouldn't be so hurt.
Right. And I think she has every right to be upset about that, because who are these people? These girls, they just came around. Who are they? No one knows. Teresa was absolutely vile. I used to like her the first few seasons, and I started to not like her when Melissa came on the show, because how she treated her, and, she's a stripper, she's a stripper, she's a stripper. She was awful to Melissa, awful. And Melissa did nothing to her. Then she goes away, and that's going to humble her. She came back humble for all of 5 minutes, and then she went all the way left, and now she's just a monster that they've created. She's awful. She's disgusting. She has to go.
Oh.
And I like the relationship with her and her children, but that's it. Okay. Her children, they are brats, but and they really have no respect. And the way they talked to the uncle, to Joe, was just awful. But that's it.
Thank you so much, Kay, for calling in.
Bye.
All right. Guys, you're just joining us. We're talking about the latest episode, The Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion for season 12, part 2. There's only one part left, so we will be live again next week, same time, same place, recapping the final episode of season 12. And it'll be interesting because, as we were just saying with some of the other callers, Jersey is still bringing in the ratings. So replay crew and those that are in the live chat, why do you think that Jersey is still bringing in the ratings? Despite most of the season, we really didn't have much to work with when it comes to storylines besides, Teresa's relationship and Jennifer's cheating scandal. The most authentic storyline I felt was Jackie's eating disorder, and now she's been demoted reportedly. But I already told you what I thought what that is. All right, Tawana, you're going to close this out. What are your thoughts?
Hi, Kim.
Hey.
So I'm going to make this quick because everyone pretty much said what I wanted to say about the reunion. But I do want to comment on everyone saying that Jen has the potential to be the new queen of New Jersey. And I also believe that, but it's not going to happen unless her and Teresa fall out. And I feel it brewing because Teresa falls out with everybody she gets close to. She fell out with Caroline. She fell out with Jackie. She fell out with Danielle. And if Teresa and Jen falls out, Jen is going to win because Jen is slick at the mouth and she's a wordsmith with them words like Candace, and Teresa is not going to be able to take it because Teresa can't put 5 paragraphs together. And I do think there need to be a cast shakeup for next season. And since Teresa is getting married, I would like to see her cousin Kathy come back to the her come back to the show. Teresa head would spin like the Exorcist if they bring her cousins back. But I think that would be good casting to bring back OG and to bring in more Teresa's family because she's getting married. And let's see.
Not invited to the wedding.
Well, we can still have them on the show and get their opinions on why they're not invited. And let's bring in some of Jen's friends. We're Jen's friends.
Jen is too busy raising her 5 kids.
She has to have some other friends. This can't be her only friend.
I'm just being facetious.
But this season was a good season. I'm looking forward to next season, and happy birthday.
Thank you so much, Tawana. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. I do want to take this moment and say thank you for everyone that's been sending text messages, DMs, tweets, messages in the comment section, the messages in our live chats. If I could say happy birthday, thank you to each and every one of you, I would, but I can't. So I do want to take this moment and say thank you. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in the super chat. Thank you to our mods. Don't forget to show love to our moderators that allow us to have an open dialogue, a fun conversation in the live chat and in the comment section. But if you're not new here, you know that the deal. We don't moderate adults, so no bullying of people and their opinions. If you disagree, you can disagree in a constructive way. All right? It's okay to have a differing opinion. We are not the Housewives. We don't have to, flail our arms, cuss people out, or tell people to shut up. Andy. Anyone else that was uncomfortable with Andy at the end of this part 2, telling these grown women shut up? I understand his job has to be tough when moderating these types of conversations where people are over talking each other and may not be listening to him when it's like, guys, one at a time. But telling a grown person shut up, I don't know. Everyone's going to feel differently about that. I just felt like, Andy, stop it. Unnecessary. Angelique, thank you so much for the super chat. Angelique says, ask your spas if they carry IS Clinical. Work here, got product all the time. It's amazing. Happy birthday. Thank you, Angelique. I need to write that down. Hold on. I'm going to do this live because I know if I don't, I'm going to forget. So let me do that now. IS Clinical. All right. Thank you. You guys had a lot of really great suggestions, so I really do appreciate that. Thank you to everyone for being here. We will be live again in about 3 hours. to do our birthday town hall, but it will be our regular town hall of pop culture where you weigh in on some of the hottest topics of the week, including Wendy Williams, Kevin Samuels, and is Monique Samuels Monique Samuels, two Samuels. Anyways, is Monique Samuels the queen of reality TV? And we're going to have to talk about the RHOA ratings as well. Thank you to all of you for being here and being a part of our conversation. And I know this was longer than your lunch break, but I appreciate you still being here and calling in and sharing your opinions. Thank you to everyone in the live chat. Shout out to our Team Kempire Royal Court members. Shout out to our moderators and shout out to our subscribers. Over 121,000, and the road to 1 million is going to come very, very soon. Thank you to all of you for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys later. Let's get out of here.